Today, I would like to speak about cooperation between the European Union and the Caspian region during the last 2 decades, as well as in the future. Let me start with an overview. The objectives of European Union after the Cold War were to establish security, stability, and development in the newly independent states. Therefore, the European Union implemented a range of programs like TRACECA, Energy Charter, European Neighborhood Policy, Innergate, and Baku Initiative to support these objectives. In the following, I will discuss several of these programs before I turn to the potential of European-Azerbaijan cooperation in the gas sector. In fact, with the collapse of the USSR in 1991, the newly independent state have been confronted with significant challenges of various kinds, for example, economical, social, environmental, and security problems. With various programs, the European Union tried to support the independence, security, stability, and development of these countries. The European Union supported democracy, good governance, the rule of law, human rights, civil society, and especially a transition toward a market-based economy. At the same time, Europe hoped to increase its own energy security by accessing the regional large resources of oil and gas. In the following, I will very briefly discuss the various programs for cooperation by European Union, but I will not go into the details. For example, TACIS, as a technical assistance for the Commonwealth of Independent States, a special foreign assistance program by the European Commission. The objectives of the program were, amongst others, to support the countries with institutional, legal, and administrative reforms, to support the transfer of knowledge, expertise, and know-how, to support the private sector, and to assist economic development. Furthermore, TACIS gave technical assistance. It helped to develop infrastructure and the networks, and to improve environmental protection and the management of natural resources, as well as to develop the rural economies. In the years of its existence, between 1991 till 2006, investments in the TACIS were more than €4 billion. Let us now turn to the European Neighborhood Policy, which followed the TACIS program. Market convergence of the European and the Caucasian energy market and the structural reforms in the Caspian energy market are main objectives of European Neighborhood Policy. Regional integration with European Union energy markets will be in the focus of the EU in the future. Therefore, technical cooperation and exchange of expertise and know-how is carried out. The European Union is facilitating energy transit and development of infrastructure for gas import, especially with regards to the Shah Deniz gas field. As a result, Azerbaijan will receive €123 million in the period of 2011 till 2013. Moreover, TRACECA has a technical assistance program for the development of the transport corridor between Europe and Asian countries across the Black Sea, was initiated in 1993. The objectives of TRACECA are to provide a sustainable, efficient, and integrated transport system by enhancing the development of economic relations, trade, transport, and communication in the European Union, the Black Sea, and the Caspian regions. In addition, another objective of the TRACECA is to support political and economical independence by enhancing the capabilities to access European and world markets. In the context of other programs and initiatives, the Energy Charter is a multilateral framework for cross-border cooperation in the energy industry. To date, the treaty has been signed by 51 states. Among them are the member states of the European Union and all Caucasus countries. The treaty was established in order to integrate the Soviet and Eastern European sector into the European and the world markets. In a world of increasing independence between net exporters of energy and net importers, multilateral rules can provide a more balanced framework for international cooperation. The Charter aimed at the creation of an open energy market. An additional energy program is the Baku Initiative of the European Union, which was started in 2004. It is a policy dialogue on energy and transport cooperation between the European Union and the littoral states of the Black Sea and the Caspian and their neighborhoods. The objectives of the Baku Initiative are to enhance a gradual integration of the energy market of participating countries with the European Union market in order to create transparent energy markets. Also, to attract investment as well as enhance the security of energy supply. Furthermore, in the field of energy, Innovate was constructed as an international energy cooperation program in the field of oil and gas transport between the European Union and Eastern European and Caspian region countries. The objectives of this program are, first, converging energy market on the basis of the principles of the European Union internal energy market. Second, to enhance energy security by addressing issues of energy export and imports, of supply diversification, of energy transit, and of energy demand. The third objective of the objective is to support sustainable energy development, including the development of energy efficiency, of renewable energy, and demand-side management. Finally, Innovate seeks to attract investments toward energy projects that are on common and regional interests. All these programs are aimed at the liberalization of energy market. Let me briefly state my understanding of liberalization. Liberalization means to open monopolized market to free competition and to free up the supply side of the markets. This means that barriers that are preventing alternative suppliers from importing or producing energy must be removed. Today, more than 30% of gas that is consumed in the European Union comes from Russia. Russia was for a long time a reliable partner in the gas trade, but due to their long-term contracts, price tend to be very high at the moment. The European Union is looking for diversification of its energy supplies in order to reduce dependence on Russia and ensure energy security. Therefore, Europe is looking into other options to find reliable energy partners. Azerbaijan can be one of Europe's hopes in the process of diversification, especially regarding the possibilities of the Shah Deniz gas field. In general, it is opportune for Europe to say that more pipelines are more security. In order to successfully carry out this diversification, the European energy market have to be fully liberalized, with trade being on the spot markets and not through the old long-term contracts and based on take or pay or formula pricing. This is exactly where Russia's energy policy might be failing to be attractive to Europe's futures. They are not flexible enough. The case of Norway can be used as a best case example. As you can see, absolute gas import from Norway increased in the past years, and in the same time, absolute imports from Russia decreased. There was a significant gap between the Norwegian and Russian gas in 2002. Today, they are more or less at the same level. The question here is why? Well, Russia has high price due to long-term contracts, while Norway trades its gas on the spot markets. Norway's export share in the European Union markets has increased dramatically, and this is based on the liberalized structure of the Norwegian energy trade. The Norwegian model helps to liberalize the European market and will create more transparency and flexibility. This is why Norwegian gas is gradually attractive for European companies, and Russian gas is becoming more and more unattractive. What does all this mean for the Caspian regions? Europe hopes that Azerbaijan will decide for a similar liberalized approach. Azerbaijan can play an important role for European gas market and help replacing the Russian gas export with an orientation on the Norwegian model. At the end of the month, the decision makers will come together in Azerbaijan, and Shah and his consortium will decide on the transport route to Europe. In general, it is important to note that the future of energy market lies in the liberalized consumer market with spot market prices. If Azerbaijan will sell their energy on the spot market with transparency and flexible prices, it is for sure that this energy-rich country will become one of the most important energy partners of the European Union.